So now I'm going to show you how to make hazelnut milk chocolate mousse. So this is the ganache that was made, and it's been sitting in the fridge. And just check the consistency. So it just sets, and that's been surface wrapped, so we have all the bubbles also caught up on the top, and then the ganache should be quite smooth. So it depends on how long it's been in the fridge and then how long it's been thawing in the room temperature as well. Okay, so it is going to be quite set at this stage. And for making the mousse, I also have pastry cream, and that is whipping cream. I use non-dairy whipping cream. So now we are going to add the ganache and the pastry cream in another bowl. Like every other time that we make the mousse, we'll be whipping the whipping cream separately, and then we'll be folding all the other elements that has been whipped separately. Okay, so there is hazelnut praline added in this milk chocolate, and then there is cream as well. So that's the ganache, and that is the one that's going to add the flavor. Now in this same bowl, I'm going to first whip the ganache and make it soft, and into that I'm going to add the pastry cream and then combine that together. Just going to soften it up with the spoon. I'm just going to beat this. So onto that, I'm going to add the pastry cream as well. Now beat the pastry cream and the ganache together. So the ganache is beaten up with pastry cream here. I'm just going to fold it and then lighten it. So we just want it to be light enough to get mixed up with the whipping cream. Okay, so I'm just going to set this one aside and then get the bowl with the KitchenAid and the stand mixer and add the whipping cream in it. And then beat this on medium-high speed until we have it a little beyond its stiff peaks, because after which you're going to take it out and then fold it with a ganache and the pastry cream mixture, and that is going to be a little stiffer than this. It is like it's more dense than the whipping cream by itself. It will be quite light. Now if you're going to beat it to the right stage, and then when you're going to combine it with the other flavoring elements that we have, then the whipping cream and the entire mousse will become loose. So I'm going to go on and beat this more than it is reached its stiff peak stage, and then it will be ready. So we could just add the ganache and the pastry cream mixture. I'm just going to check if it is reached stiff peaks or if I just want to beat it furthermore. Let's just check how it looks. It is stiff now, but I just go. And overbeating will also result in drying up the whipping cream. That means we'll have a lot of air bubbles as we are going to mix it up. But it is better that way to over whip. So we have the control later on. So we could just smoothen it out with the spatula to get to the desired consistency. We could just lighten it up if it is a little over whipped. But then having it a little under whipped or the exact stage, which is the stiff peak stage, then if we have to mix it up and once it loosens beyond the point that we need, then we will never be able to revive the mousse or the whipping cream, anything that is mixed with whipping cream. So it's always better to have it beyond the stiff peaks, and even if it is having air bubbles, we just fold it, keep folding it quite a few times and then get it back. You could anytime lower its stage, but then you will not be able to take a loose consistency mousse to a stiffer consistency. So I'm just going to go on and beat for maybe a minute or two more, so it just whips beyond the stage that is the workable stage, which is this one. So at this stage I prefer to pick this up and then work like a whipping cream cake, but because I have to add the mousse elements into this, I'm going to continue beat this. So we have the whipped cream ready. I'm just going to open and show how the texture looks now. Just check. The air bubbles are not formed in yet, but you can see it is just quite stable and stiff. You don't have to just keep mixing it now unless I really need that step to be done. And so now ganache is here. Let me check if it is set in this process of beating the whipped cream. So I'm just going to add, not all of it together. So at this stage it is preference based according to the taste. If I want my mousse to taste a little more stronger in flavor, then I could add some more of the ganache. At this stage we could just taste a teaspoon of it to check if this is the stage where you want the hazelnut and the milk chocolates to be there in the mousse. You could just stop, or you want it a bit more stronger. It also depends on whether you're going to add the praline paste itself in the layer. So you could just decide, I want the mousse a bit lighter because in the layer I'm going to add one full layer of the hazelnut praline paste itself. Maybe you could be piping as one layer, or if you're not going to have that hazelnut stronger version of this flavor component, then you could just make the mousse a little more stronger, which is adding more of the flavor into the mousse itself. So I've added in all the ganache. So you can see by folding it all this while has not even got the mousse runny, it's still stable. Just going to go all the way in, and there we have the hazelnut milk chocolate mousse, nicely done and put together. And now this I'm going to fill it in maybe a couple of piping bags until I'm ready to use this hazelnut milk chocolate mousse to set up a hazelnut crunch cake, and that we'll see in the other lesson.